listen for gold. It's a term that I heard for the first time last year, and it so beautifully sums up a critical aspect not only to being a powerful storyteller, a powerful listener, but also for how we can play a much more active participatory role in our own growth and development. And I had a beautiful example to be able to explain what listening for gold actually looks like in real life. And it came from a video that I watched this morning. A friend of mine sent me something, a YouTube video yesterday, and it's someone calling into a talk show with Theo Von. And if you don't know Theo Von, some people love him, some people hate him, but this exchange was so incredibly beautiful because it was a guy calling in who struggles with alcoholism. And that's also something that Theo Von struggled with, was alcohol and drugs. And this guy is just sharing his current state of frustration and exhaustion with the whole process of trying to stay sober. And in this moment, I asked myself, why is my friend sending me this? Because I don't particularly struggle with alcohol or with drugs. And in that moment, I thought, there's probably something in this for me. And that right there is the root of listening for gold. It's the awareness that in every situation, in every conversation, even when it may not seem on the surface like it's pertaining directly to you, like in this case, I don't struggle with alcohol, there's the potential for some kind of learning and beautiful growth opportunity that comes from just about any circumstance. And so as I listened, my ears were open and my eyes filled with tears as I listened to this fella describe his struggle. And the response that Theo Von gave about the way that he could identify and feel alongside with this guy. I'm going to read it to you because I thought it was so incredibly beautiful. And it would be very easy to just go, yeah, I don't have the same struggle, so that doesn't apply to me. But this is what he said. He said, man, I know that tiredness. I'm tired of feeling alone. And that's the loneliest. I'm tired of not even being there for myself. That's truly the loneliest, when you don't even have yourself. Because you've set up so many little goals for yourself and not achieved them time and time again that you don't even trust yourself anymore. And when he said that, instantly it had nothing to do with alcohol or drugs, but it had everything to do with the fact that almost everyone that I know can identify with being tired, with feeling like you're just hitting your head against the wall, trying to do the same thing again and again and not getting the results that you're looking for. Or sometimes getting the results, but then you recognize it's not a one-time thing. It's a lifestyle. It's something that you've got to keep playing with. And there's a phrase that it's so simple, sometimes it makes me angry, that if you want something to change, something has to change. And the gold that I take from this video that I watched is that Theo Von went on to talk about something called contrary action. It is taking sometimes the action that is counterintuitive, that doesn't necessarily, to the way that you've always done things, it doesn't make sense. But it is doing something different in order to try and initiate a different response. It's a pattern interrupt to give ourselves the chance to try and experience something different than the frustration and the tiredness that we've experienced up until now with that same feeling of, hitting our heads against the wall. And so I would love to leave you with these two things. One is when you find that you're feeling like he describes in here, tired, consider contrary action. Action that is perhaps something that you've never tried before, that requires you to step outside of your comfort zone, but that will perhaps give you new information and new inputs to begin on a different trajectory than you've ever let yourself be on before. And the second is to remember to listen for gold. when you are having a conversation. Maybe it's with somebody that you really don't agree with, or maybe it's about a topic that you feel pertains not at all to your life circumstances. Give yourself a moment and say, is there some gold in there for me? It's actually a very selfish way of listening to conversations, but it's very easy to just tune out. So the next time you're in that kind of situation where somebody asks a question as part of a group discussion and you say, that doesn't have anything to do with me, or you're talking with somebody that has very different opinions of you and you say, you don't have anything for me, give yourself a moment and see if you can listen for the gold.